Hi, this is Little Dwarf playing games while rambling incoherently into a microphone. Why? Well, just because I can, and I continue with Dishonored, Death of the Outsider, Blind. I'm supposed to rescue Daud, whom they are keeping in this, I assume, anti-magic cage. But first I'll talk to everyone.
I don't know who you are, but stay downstairs unless you want trouble.
People don't like new faces around here. Don't try to go where you don't belong.
I'm waiting to hear back from the boss upstairs. Always waiting.
Sign up to fight the brute over by the bookie counter, if you're sick of living. You bet.
You'll need bone charms or potions or something if you plan on fighting tonight.
Brute power suppressor. Do not touch. I don't know how this thing works, but it keeps the brute under control and in the pit. Have your fun, but watch out. When I've got my money's worth, our leaders will want to eyeball him. We were lucky to find such a vicious cur for their studies. You've seen him fight. If he gets out, he will kill us all. So don't turn off the machine.
This thing must be keeping Daud's power suppressed. If I turned it off, nothing could stop him.
When you get in there, up your agility right off and swing a hard left jab. Works like a charm. I've been here for years, and I ain't never seen anyone like the brute. He's freaky.
Okay, will they see if I take this? Letter to a friend. Thomas, you don't know what you're getting into with this black magic. It draws you in with the harmless things like the sailor's charms, but then you see what horrors the eyeless make you do when you're too scared to leave. That's what the outsider wants. You didn't know I had a brother, did you? When we were little, there was an old woman who lived by the dockyards. Ma said to run if she ever looked at us, but we didn't listen. She was ugly as a hagfish, but she would tell us odd stories, and said her black-eyed friend would visit if we were quiet. Then my brother went missing. We searched all over for him, but we found no trace. That night I went to the old woman, that witch, and she had something awful smelling in a pot she was stirring with all of her strength. I asked if she had seen him, and she laughed, said yes, and then showed me. She had cut up my brother to pieces, nothing but bones and red flesh, and that little scarf he always wore. And she would have ground me up too, if I didn't run to the overseers. Get out of this cult while you can, before you're gutting someone's son or daughter to get the outsider's attention.
Thrice, that's the part I always mix up. Tap the whalebone thrice. Twice.
Should I fight tonight? My whole body hurts, but I could really use the money.
The Black Magic Brute. The name might sound corny, but he's something else.
Stealing the bone charm reward. I poked around and found that the big reward bone charm stashed upstairs is in a workshop. Stealing it is your problem, but take my advice. If you can't handle the brute without some powerful bone charm, you would better not mess with Janet Lee and her goons. Okay, I do want the bone charm for sure.
Go away if you want to keep your teeth in your mouth.
What?
This place really pulls in coin.
Okay, that... I didn't think... I thought the restricted area was behind him. I didn't understand. Yeah, I guess it says here restricted area as well. Okay, my bad. bookmaker, so I can sign up to
This
fight.
place really pulls in coin.
Never tried this rat drink before. What's it taste like?
You've had worse things in your mouth. It's the smell you gotta worry about. Like a rotting corpse in a sewer. One small whiff, and you'll puke yourself inside out.
Yeah.
This
Think
bar
I'll
is
stick
my
to
place,
whiskey.
not yours. Get out.
What?
Next time.
And a handful of potions and tinctures. Embarrassed to whiff the Jeanette Lee owns the place. She can answer your questions. You
Okay, I just bumped into her? That's a bit finicky.
I'll get the scars tomorrow. Wanna buy one?
Nah, not this time.
Never tried this rat drink before. What's it taste like?
You've had worse things in your mouth. It's the smell you gotta worry about. Like a rotting corpse in a sewer. One small whiff, and you'll puke yourself inside out.
Yeah. Think I'll stick to whiskey.
Whiskey's a cheap parlor trick. Any street sot can swill a bottle and get so betwaddled he thinks he's Duke of Bell. Rat spirit takes nerve. It shrivels the marrow in cowards' bones, but stand fast, and the spirit shows you an eyeful of the void, worth every stinking drop.
This place really pulls in coin.
Robbie, I dropped the betting coin in the safe and hid your apartment key in the bucket by the door, like you said. You're all set. You owe me 2 bottled rats for helping you this time. If you forget the combination again, tally the books over your desk. Maybe they'll uncover your memory.
What next time?
Okay, I guess he noticed I stole that. Okay, I have to be a little bit more careful about it then. I'll leave him be for now.
You're early. Not much to see right now.
This bar is my place, not yours. Get out.
I better drop last night's take in the safe soon. Coins are overflowing the till.
Isla's diary. Heard from some of the women who came up from the Royal Conservatory that there's a man tied up in the old public baths. I laughed, but they said it wasn't like that, and there's something special about him. I'll round up some others and take a look. They weren't lying. Some unlucky fool is down there. I don't know what machine that is, or who put him there, but we found a real one. Void touched, just like the women said. We moved the operation to the Albarca Baths. Easier than trying to move him. He's got some real fight in him, though you wouldn't know from how old he looks. Need to talk to Jeanette. Got it all set up now. We call him Black Magic Brute. Come up with it myself. I'm proud of that one. The outsider gave him magic, I know that much. But the stupid hound can't talk or won't, just matters. Won't look anyone in the eye until the fight starts, but those fights will be making coin off him for a long time. Okay, so he actually was imprisoned before they even showed up?
Wanna buy one?
Wouldn't miss that.
They didn't imprison him, he was already imprisoned. Okay, I need to somehow get in those various places without them noticing. Also, can I steal the portrait of the outsider?
We'll control these buffoons.
I can, but the question is, will they object to that? You'd think they would. I won't do it yet. Okay, apparently this is not forbidden territory yet. Those are the showers and the like.
so much. Delilah gone.
Yeah, we're playing
the coven
dice tonight.
smashed.
In? Nah, not this time.
Just jealous. If I want to dance, then I can twirl around all I want. Just try and stop me.
For luck, walk 3 times around the square with your breeches reversed. Who shakes your hand will take your bad luck from you. At midnight, face south and eat a tin of hagfish while singing I Knew a Lady 3 times. Rest a teacup on your forehead while taking the first day's piss. If it don't fall and break, your luck will come. Eat a rotten Tivian pear, but keep the core in your pocket for luck all day. If a white cat hisses at you, hop the main dog length on one leg without falling, then spit into the sea to break the jinx. Make a wish, wear a scarf soaked in rum around your neck for a week. If it draws no comment, drink the rest of the rum. Your wish will be granted. Okay, there's passage upstairs, which I generally do want, right? Because on this level, there's just whatever's back there, and that's pretty much it.
Sure.
Okay, let's go upstairs and see what I can find there. Well, I guess I can't. I can't.
Maybe the incantation will work with just a little muck from the street.
Can't jump high enough. Okay. Unsteady hand. Enemies miss with fired projectiles. Charm Carver's Diary. A charm carver will never starve, my mother used to say. Always coin to be made by selling wishes and wants to folks who don't come by much of either their day to day. In their what? Always coin to be made by selling wishes and wants to folk who don't come by much of either in their day to day. Well, I'm hungry, and this piece of rotten bone hasn't helped me get out of the way of the overseers. Don't know who I pissed off, but someone must have slipped them my name. If those witch hunters catch me with my mother's carved bits of whalebone, it'll be a slow death. Outsiders ours, I'm in it now. Managed to palm off 2 useless bits of bone to a sailor, stinking like a whiskey. Couldn't tell his right from his left, or a real charm from a fake one. Coin should get me through a week at least. Overseers still 2 steps behind me, going mad looking from over my shoulder all the time. Finally found a safe spot, full belly too. Now I've got a different hunger. My sweet singing bone charm around my neck again, wet whalebone in my hand. This one will carve up nice, not as strong as some, but it's good. Went too long without. Want it just as much as the bones now.
face when I told her she was going to die soon. Well, that's what the tea leaves said. Not my fault. Charms, parlor tricks, and a handful of potions and tinctures. The barest whiff of the void.
Of course I gathered them at dawn. What else? They're no good otherwise. She's the only one who knows how to gather black mandrake root.
There's someone pulling the strings here.
I'm trying to get the portrait, but I guess I'll get it last when I deal with the rest of them. I assume I will when freeing Daud. Authorized personnel only.
20 bottles tonight, 12 bottles last night. My body's dead tired. Can't keep up. Supplies are running low, too. If I can just...
Only at the Spectre Club. I wonder if that's a private club for eyeless members.
Okay, this just goes outside. Is there anything in the trash? Oh, there's a dead body. Is that just a door that opens? Yeah, okay. Okay.
I once knew a kid who said his bone charm would make bullets bounce off his skin. He shot himself in the stomach and died a day later.
Hook mine. Hook mines can be placed or thrown onto any surface by pressing this. Once triggered, a hook mine will grab an enemy or an object within range, dragging them towards the mine. Hold to toggle the mine lethality. A non-lethal mine will stun an enemy, and a lethal mine will kill them. Objects or enemies snatched can be released by striking them with your sword or a projectile or a thrown object. Okay, that's pretty interesting. Increase your jump height and distance. Okay, that's pretty awesome actually. Defeat the brute reward. I don't know what we did right, but we crafted a mighty powerful bone charm this time. Janet says it's the reward for beating the brute, so spread the word. Bone charms. Bone charms, a sailor's blessing, they say. The carving itself is a practice from long back. passed from salty dogs to young greenhorns still finding their sea legs. In old times, sailors cut into the tusks of ice seals and into the arm-long fangs of the bears that roam the islets north of Tivia. Once the whaling trade began, the practitioners began engraving the bones of those great beasts, rendering charms that sing in the night and grant some small boon, increasing the lover's vigor or providing defense against pregnancy.
Another simpering aristocrat banana for another birthday seance. I'll jump from a cliff.
Okay, are the rats still somewhere around? I wanted to talk to them. About electrical bursts. Jeanette, remember those old walls of light, wall of light parts we found near the dockyards? Well, I found a way to make use of them. Turns out there's a part in them that powers the whole thing. So I took out the old rusty coils, and now we've got those little things to stun folks if they get out of hand. I call them electrical burst. You're welcome. I've already seen folks sling them at rats to keep them out of the storerooms, but it makes them tense up and ruins the meat. Can't even make liquor from them when they are like that. Better to use them on larger vermin, you get me? One last thing, do not touch the tip. And by the outsider, do not lick it. I wish I didn't have to make it clear, but Lacey did it on a bet, and it took hours to wake her up, and now she's got no eyebrows. Not from the electricity, just because someone shaved them off when she was out cold, but we told her it was the electricity. Dear Alma, your last letter tore my heart out, with you begging me to quit the eyeless gang and come home. Whatever gruesome tales you've heard, the eyeless aren't bloodthirsty brutes like the Hatters or the Howlers. They know things, secret things. They are teaching me how to make medicines and brew potions, and even carve my own bone charms for the occult boxing fights. If I keep winning matches, I'll catch Jeanette Lee's eye. She's the boss here at the Albarca. If I work for her, the coin will come rolling in, more than I ever made toiling on the docks. Sad news about Graham's fever. I can't spare any coin, but here's some dry draven beak for her poultice. Boil it down with a yarrow root in a copper pot and then spread it thick on Graham's chest. She'll be right as crystal rain in no time. Okay, can't pick up any more of this, so might as well use one of those on the next enemy I meet. So there's literally no downside, because I simply cannot, I cannot hold anymore. Okay, there's a boiler, but I don't know what to do with it for the time being. 615. Well, that's a code to something for sure. Okay, that's just the door from the other side. Although there was a note with about. How did he hear that?
How do you want to die? You're so dead. My nails red with your blood. So you want to die? Very fine. You're not standing a chance. You should have stayed your proud now, are you?
Okay, I'll just stay back for the time being, even though I don't totally understand what that's about.
How's training? These beauties ready for my fighting ring?
Soon. They don't know how to spar yet. Loose the beasts and they savage anything that moves, friend or foe. We found an old beggar to train them on, but the brutes ripped him to meat gobbets in a blink.
Good. We want them vicious. Find some more beggars to train them on. But keep a watchful eye when you're dumping the bodies next time. We don't need the guards sniffing around here again.
I think I might be screwed. Or not. In a way, it's actually even better.
What's going on?
I'll paint my nails red with your blood!
I'll see you in the void.
Wait, that was the leader? Okay, I didn't expect that. I expected the leader to be better protected. I'll save over that, because I don't think the others downstairs even noticed that anything happened. Yeah, they are still chilling. Uses for hack pearls. Here's what you asked for. Weren't too hard to find, but you know they are not real pearls, right? 6 years at sea should have taught you that. Hackfish spit them up when they ate something bad. A rat falls in their mouth, and 2 weeks later a bunch of those come out, waxy and full of the little bones. Or they swallowed up a silver teeth out of a dead man's head, and then it's made too heavy to swim right. Either way, it means they shove those things shove those things out one end or another, probably why they smell so awful. When they dry out, they turn stiff, and I've seen street kids pitch them at folks with slings, but dock workers say they are unlucky. Cut open a hackfish belly and a bunch of those pour out. You better take care. Your gran used to collect them, had a string of them around her wrist, and she wanted someone's luck to turn. She would whisper their name and slip it in their pocket, work half the time, at least. Might help you out someday, who knows, just don't eat one. Visit again soon. Flora. The islet's got potential. Anyone who spent time on the water knows what these are. Lucky charms, scrimshaw, real witchcraft if you want. Whatever you call them, those fancy bits of bone can be worth a fortune if they make good on their promises. Sometimes you'll find one on a dead howler or gizler, or some other lifeless bootlicker's some lifeless bootlicker's last hope in a fight. You'll never find one on a dead eyeless. You know why? Because eyeless make good on their promises. We know things the Abbey don't want you to know, and not just the balm to clear the rash that you got in the alley, but how to scratch up a bit of whalebone so that you don't feel pain in a fist fight, how to make even the most sharp-eyed guard miss you in the street, even how to get the outsider's ear and ask him a thing or two. You won't believe what we can do until you see for yourself, until you see all of those dead howlers at your feet and hold a bit of lucky bone to thank for it. All it takes is some ink under the skin and a couple of sleepless nights, and this city could be yours. Okay, I do wonder if I can murder the hounds without anyone noticing. Like, to be honest, I mostly want to keep the to kill the white one, because you know what? I have one extra. Oh, but there are 3 of them. Okay, that doesn't. Particularly want to open it because I just want to kill the white one, because the white one is supposedly sick, so you know, to kill it is to ease its suffering. But how to do this? I would have to. I have to waste one of those electrical charges. I guess there's no. Okay, this is overall. Unconscious, and dead. Flammable. Okay, so I wasted one of those. Those are overseers. Stefan, what did I tell you? Glad we stole those blueprints last month. Sure, the parts were hard to find, but these hook mines are already making themselves useful. Snatched up an overseer trying to sneak in here. Wish I could have seen what his face looked like under that mask when the hooks got in him and dragged him up. would have paid a lot of coin to see that, but someone in the district is telling tales about how the Abbey of the tales about us to the Abbey of the Everyman. Those witch hunters won't show mercy if they find out what we're doing here. Best find out what our neighbors, which one of our neighbors has a loose tongue. See if they can still snitch without it, and keep the tongue. We can use that. In the meantime, throw a rock or a rat up at this fool. See if you can make him twitch. I'll get more hook mines made as soon as I can. Okay, there was additional... There was another... Yeah. Okay, so I recuperated my losses on that front. I'm pretty satisfied.
I'll get the cigars tomorrow. Wanna buy one?
Nah, not this time.
My knee feels better.
Okay,
Fresh air really helped. And the calendula flowers.
I will get myself scheduled for a fight, because I think I can. This guy
really pulls in coin.
This guy is called the Bookmaker, so he has a special name, and I assume there will be a special conversation with him as a result of that. I read that already. The question is, did they see that?
These half-penny charlatans don't know squat. Still, that's all I've got now.
I don't think they did.
I can't chat. I'm busy.
Oh, okay, so I can't sign up to do anything particularly.
Daud's never lost a fight.
And I think I'll give it up for good.
Bet on the brute
Better
to
off in the
win.
void.
Fighter, black magic brute. Time and match 8:30. Stake 10 coins to win. No kill. All bets by rule house.
And another day like that. Hello.
Blank betting strip.
Oi.
Okay, to be honest, I can just free him right now, right? And supposedly he's going to take care of them all. Which is highly possible, actually. Oh, they all just fled. He didn't even have to do anything.
Lurk, I knew you'd seek me out one day. I didn't think it would be like this.
You were hard to find. How did you end up here?
Let's talk somewhere else. The Eyeless have more secrets than you know.
I've got a ship. Or what's left of it. The Dreadful Whale. It's docked below the Akantila repair station. Daud,
Say whatever you want to say, Billy. That you're here now is enough. I need your help.
Like old times?
Those days are gone. This is something bigger. One last job.
I can do it. Who's the mark?
The one responsible for it all. The cults. The black magic. This mark on my hand. We're gonna kill the black-eyed bastard himself.
What? You want to kill the outsider? You want to kill God?
Oh, he took it. Damn it. I kind of wanted that.
I finally find him, and the old man's got me jumping right back into this occult shit. Daud can explain himself back on the Dreadful Whale.
Oh well, let him have it. To be honest, the point he was trying to make would be a little bit undercut if I looted the painting beforehand. undeniable. Your sword attacks cannot be blocked. No, I'm not going to attack anyone with my sword, so... I'll just quickly...
Aren't the streets feeling safer already? That cockchafer was
Hey, who are you?
Don't let her shouting!
Okay, you know
I'm
what?
with you. You've been found guilty of standing in my way.
Yeah, that worked out about just about as well as I imagined it would. I'll get out through the window, I think. And I might just ignore them. Although, there's a bone charm nearby apparently, and... Plagued Spirit Bull Rat Liquor, 1 grown bull rat alive, 9 red potatoes, 3 drops of wormwood oil, drain the rat's blood into a large cooking pot, boil with potatoes on a red hot stove, add wormwood and then mash forms. When a mash forms, strain the brew into a copper vat with the rat corpse. Swelter 1 full moon cycle, strain into a bottle, wear a mask or you'll puke. Seal the rat inside with the liquor. If Jeanette sees you steal a squiff, you'll be hound's meat. Oh, okay, I was supposed to steal that, but I was also supposed to break their vats or whatever, which I didn't do, so I'm not quite sure how that works. You gain health when inflicting sword damage. No, not interested. I'm just screwed.
Let's finish her.
Wait. Where did they even come from? I don't exactly remember, but I don't see a point in fighting them because I don't see a point in fighting them because I'm done with my objective, right? Like it would just be prolonging the game, which without any clear sort of benefit.
So let's see. What was it?
That's right. Okay, didn't kill anyone, got detected 9 times, and it's par for the course at this point. Oh, well, I guess he took the painting, yeah, right. Cremated the white wolfhound, sabotaged the workshop, robbed the safe belonging to the bookmaker. Daud is determined to kill the outsider himself, and he needs your help to do so.
When I first caught sight of Daud, I was just a broken kid, staying alive out of spite. He cut the throats of 3 men without making a sound, leaving only blood and death in his wake. I don't know what I was hoping for when I followed him that night, but he shared his strange magic with me. And more than that, his skill, his time, his trust, and sometimes his secrets. Now he's not the man he was. Here in his final days, he's got wounds that won't ever heal and regrets as sharp as mine. I know how much that carves you up inside, but I found him, and he wants me to help him make up for a lifetime of sins by killing a god. The Abbey teaches us that the outsider preys on weakness, that the void is the source of doubt, heresy, and suffering, that the outsider is to blame for all our ills. Who knows? Maybe they're right. The same dream. My arm hacked away, my eye hollow and burning. It still aches. Let's hope it's not some kind of omen.
Let me tell you something about the void, Billie Lurk. It touches the minds of the dreaming and the dying alike. And sometimes, dreams can only tell you what you wanted to forget.
I know who you are. Why are you here? What do you want from me?
People usually want something from me.
What in the void?
But you don't want my mark, do you, Billie? So I will return something you lost.
Wait, what are you?
The world was wounded around you, and you carry the scars. You will never be the same. I wonder if you'll like them.
What did he do to me? Of course he shows up now. Shit! Shit! He took my arm and my face! Is it because of the dreams? Or Daud?
So he took my eye as well? Like, I guess what he did is kind of, to a degree, he reset the timeline? Like, to the previous one? I read that already before. I thought I would sleep easy knowing Daud was safe. I don't know why I'm still so foolish. I can't catch a break for a moment, not even when I sleep. I should know that by now. Though this one was sharper than the rest, I could still feel the blade bite into my skin when the damn guard got me. My right eye felt hollow, an empty hole in my head that I couldn't shut, and my right arm ended in a piece of broken bone. I felt it so deep this time, I woke up shaking. Took me a while to catch my breath. I've been having those dreams since I had Emily on the ship. Is this some kind of a curse since I confessed to her? It would serve me right, I guess. But how long will this go on? And what other dreams might come? I hear Daud is groaning in his sleep in the other room, saying my name. Maybe we are both dreaming our own penance. Deadly raid at Al-Barka. A raid at the Al-Barka baths turned deadly as guards fought for their lives against the notorious eyeless gang. The Al-Barka has been under surveillance for weeks. After the guard received a tip about unsavory activities there, they rushed in to break up the fighting ring, but ended up in a lethal showdown with vicious gang members instead. It is a proud day. Thank you for the courage and diligence of my guards. Karnaca is a safer place. We removed the dangerous villains from the streets and ended their illegal operations, said Captain Eduardo Leano, leader of the raid. He reassured supporters that his guards sustained only minor injuries. No Eyeless members survived.
The Grand Guard take down the Eyeless. Ha! Choffers.
The lonely rat boy and other tales. He had walked for hours, limping unsteadily, crossing the city as he avoided those who prowled the streets at night. He had found himself in an unknown part of Dunwall. His little rat nestled against his neck, one spot of warmth in the cold. A gentle sound beckoned him down the alleyway. He hesitated and then followed. The walls were slick with rainwater, the sound glancing off its stones like an echoing throat. At the end of the path rose a twisted construction of wood and wire. A piece of carved and polished bone hummed within. The boy heard a voice like the voice of the waves, cold and timeless. A shadow rose up, a radiant darkness that defied all sight. A young man who wandered lonely places, the outsider himself. When the flesh of the boy's left hand itched and smoldered, he did not look away. When the vision vanished, the outsider mark remained. That night the boy climbed the highest of Dunwall's jagged roofs and looked over the city. The towers and gables undulated under his eyes. Like a grand and shifting ocean, he saw all the lives that teemed beneath, and he was not afraid. At last, he's here, on my ship, sleeping in Anton's old cot. How long had he been down there in that pit at Al-Barka Baths, taunted like a hound, until some fool thought they could take him on? They didn't even know who he was. The Eyeless called him the Black Magic Brute. There were more frightening names for him in Dunwall. I don't know what I expected, but it wasn't this. I didn't know how he would feel about me after what I did to him years ago. But it's like I never left. We are right back in the middle of digging into some foul cult, chasing down some mad grudge. But he's older now, weaker. I need your help, he said, and I would never refuse. Like I would never refuse. Well, I didn't, did I? The Outsider. Mothers tell tales about the Outsider to children in cradles, filling their nights with fear so that they behave. For the Abbey, those stories never stop. Every sermon, every stricture, every damn piece of the litany is about the dangers of letting the outsider into your head. And now Daud wants me to kill him. No more stories, no more warnings, no more terrible people fighting over the promises from the void. I don't know how Daud got marked by the outsider. I don't know what he had to do, or what was it like before he had his magic, but I remembered the kind of man it made him and what he did with that power, so maybe he's right. Okay, can I take the portrait from here?
What happened to you? The outsider did this. What did he say?
I've had bad dreams for a while now, and he was never there. But I feel good. Strong, like all those years ago when we ran together. He didn't offer me his mark, just said some cryptic shit, and left me with this.
I never knew what the black-eyed bastard wanted. Be careful. The outsider's gifts come with a price. You won't know until it's already been paid.
I didn't have much choice.
Neither do I. My connection to the void is fading. We've got to act soon, before it takes me forever.
You found a way to do it. To kill the outsider. How?
I spent years looking for an answer. I searched the Isles, tracked down a dozen crazy cults. But there's more to the Eyeless. They've got a relic, the knife that made the outsider. Thousands of years ago, it's here, in Karnaca.
A knife. So you want me to steal it?
Soon. First, we need to find out who leads the Eyeless, and where they keep that knife. They're powerful people, wealthy or noble or both. I don't know their names, but they all have an esoteric tattoo that sets them apart. Those low-ranking thugs at the boxing club talked about getting inked in the Red Camellia in the Upper Syria district.
I'll go there and see what I can find. Try to rest out.
I couldn't do this on my own anymore, Billy. Thank you.
Those tattoos the Eyeless get all come from the Red Camellia. I need to take a look at their client list. It's been a long time since those days.
Where did you find that? I haven't seen that face in years.
They sprung up everywhere a few months after I left Dunwall.
And you kept it all this time. I'd be more careful of nostalgia if I were you.
This was the tattoo on all the thugs from the boxing club.
Eyeless remain an eyesore for our people. 2 raids by the Grand Guard occurred last night, resulting in a few arrests, and as investigations continue into the activities of the gang known as the Eyeless. Both raids were conducted on derelict warehouses in the... Wait. No, I read that already. Last time. Going east. Thanks for loaning us the skiff. We'll follow the coast east to slip past the port guards. Ruiz says the Aristos are grasping... what? Ruiz says the Aristos are gasping for Winnedown caviar, so that's our cargo. We'll be back next week. I'll stow the boat at the waterlock in the Upper Syria district like we talked about. Don't worry, I'll take good care of it. I know a sturdy skiff is worth its weight in coins these days.
All our lives, the Abbey of the Everyman tells us to hate him.
For once, they're right.
So are we working for the Abbey now?
They'd kill us as soon as him if they had the chance. No. The Abbey doesn't want our help. And we don't need it. Be careful of your arm and eye. You can't know what the outsider wants with you. And he's always watching. The outsider knows what will happen when he gives out his gifts. I don't think the black-eyed bastard cares. I saw cults trying to summon the outsider by drinking poisons or eating a blood ox while it's still alive. Most are either fools or liars. The eyeless are different. I'm glad you found me when you did. I don't know how many more fights I had left in me. I'll never recover from the months I spent in that pit. The eyeless leaders never came to the boxing club. It was just the thugs and the would-be witches who wanted to see me fight. I don't know how they got a hold of something as powerful as the knife that murdered the outsider. But we can skin them of all their secrets. When you find the eyeless leaders, do what you want with them. The world won't care whether they live or die. When you know where they keep the knife, come back here. We can plan our next move. How long have you had this cot? It smells like sweat. Stale liquor. Go, Billy. I need to rest.
Okay, just one more comment before I end this episode. My arm is like... It's pretty weird because it's not attached to anything. It's like fragmented. I feel like I'm Rayman, of all people. Because... like, it's not like it's just bone. There are holes in it. Like, you know, the wrist part is just missing. And there is seemingly, it's like transparent all the way through. There is nothing connecting my hand to my forearm. So that's pretty weird. And overall, she reacted, you know, her reaction was pretty subdued to an event like that. Because, again, it's not just that he has taken her arm away. The arm doesn't make sense from like a, you know, it can't work, and yet it does. She has a hand that's totally separated from her forearm, so I wonder how does that even feel? Anyway, this episode has been long enough, so I'm going to save and end it for now. That's all for this one, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.